like the start of a horror film, doesn't it? The music.
Oh, it does,
Spider.
particularly that one creeping across the screen.
Bad news for spider haters. Mating season has come early this year, bringing a surge in creepy crawlies sneaking into your home.
There are around 650 different species of spider here in the UK.
And thanks to a false autumn triggering an early mating season, the numbers are on the up.
Which doesn't bode well for the estimated 45% of you who have a fear or a phobia of the eight-legged critters.
But there's no need to worry, as they actually control the numbers of other household pests found in our homes, and very few of them have got fangs that are strong enough to pierce human skin. So is it wrong to kill the spiders that are invading our homes? Should we be welcoming them with open arms or stamping them out?
Well, we're now joined by Ed Francis, who is both a spider expert and a psychotherapist specialising in spider phobias, and columnist Mark Parsons, who simply cannot stand the critters. OK, well, let's take the argument against spiders, first of all, Mark. Yes. Why do you not like them, and why do you think it's OK to kill them?
I think I was about 12 years old and I went to Cornwall and we were camping, and I don't know why we chose that particular space, but the tent was pitched over, I think it was a nest. And during the night, somehow, these spiders got into the tent and I found them covered all over me and the tent. And ever since, I have been absolutely traumatised and horrified. So when I see a spider in my house, I have no remorse in eliminating it, in whatever way possible.
So do you think it's almost like a sort of an animal instinct takes over because of that deep trauma, where, like, some people say, oh, I'd never hurt anyone, but if my kids were in danger, I'd suddenly find the strength to sort of punch. Do you feel it's almost that? And would you justify it about all insects, or is it just this thing?
Well, yeah, it's not just spiders in particular. I think all insects. I can't stand insects. I don't want to be near insects. So if anything is in my house is very clean, sanitised, it's impeccable. I don't want to see a cockroach, a spider, a fly, a wasp. Absolutely not. So, yeah, I will just whack it with a slipper, and I have no regrets.
Ed Tracy agrees with Ryan Mark. Spiders don't pay me rent, so therefore they'll either be sucked up with a vacuum or stood on. You come from a very different...
That could work for kids, though. That's the problem.
You come from a very different perspective. Just explain some of the spiders that we've got in front of us here, because they are extraordinary.
Yeah, well, just over on your right there, you've got the house spider. It's a common house spider. That one there is the female. There is a male specimen just next to her. They're the ones that are going to be coming into the house this time of year. And all they're doing...
big.
Yes, they are. It's the biggest spider we have in the UK. And it's just the males are the ones you're going to be seeing. They're the ones that are looking for a female to mate with. You won't see the very rarely will you see the females. This one's quite an intimidating one. This is the wasp spider you were telling me. Tell me about the wasp spider. Yeah, a wonderful spider, actually. Beautiful colours, native to the UK. Their webs are very interesting. They spin a classic spider web, and in the centre of the web, they will lay a zigzag silk. And that's actually to stop birds flying in to the web to destroy their web. That's why they do that. So the birds see the zigzag and they don't fly in? Exactly. They lay this one at the end, I think, is perhaps the most intimidating, because this is the false widow, isn't it? This is the one that looks like a black widow spider, but actually isn't. Absolutely. They've been here for the last couple of hundred years in the UK. They're now native to the UK. But they like to keep themselves out of the way. All spiders want to keep themselves out of the way. They don't actually like the feel of human skin, so they don't really want to crawl on us. If they do, it's accidental and they want to get off as soon as possible.
As soon as quickly possible. What good do they do?
Oh, if you can imagine, if we didn't have spiders, the amount of diseases we would have from things like mosquitoes would be rife, they'd be epic. So we need spiders to be able to eat those kind of flies, mosquitoes, and that actually helps keep diseases. Dengue fever, yellow fever, malaria, it helps keep those numbers down.
They're your friend.
No, they're not. No. I'm happy for a spider to exist. You know, I appreciate they're helpful. I go by, see one on the tree, that's fine. But if it's in my house, I don't need it to control mosquitoes and other insects. I have a cleaner that comes every Sunday, and that's that. Now, I don't need a spider.
So, look, Ed, I'm not sure you're going to convince him to love spiders.
Oh, I'm not.
You might be able to convince him of a good way, and others to remove them from the premises. What's the simplest, best and most efficient way?
Well, I don't actually encourage people to handle spiders at all. So all you need to do is grab just something like a clear glass or a clear cup so you can see what's going on. All you need to do is just to pop the cup on the top, an envelope, a thin piece of card is all you need, pop it underneath and go take it to the back garden, just pop it in the garden.
Ryan Mark, what scares you about the idea of doing that? Because that's how we dispose them in our house.
Really?
Little fuss, just put a glass over the top of it, because I've interviewed a few spider experts that said just it's not best not to touch them.
Well, I don't think it's a little fuss. I think getting that close just horrifies me. I think the way I manage it is that I get a slipper and from a safe distance, I throw it across the room and aim for the spider. I don't want to be anywhere near it,
but
thank you very much.
Hold on, you throw your slipper, you miss the spider goes running, then it's hidden. I mean, that surely is a worse prospect, is the spider, knowing there's a spider in the room, but not knowing where it's gone.
Well, I mean, if it escalates like that, I get the vacuum out and I just find any way, really, to get rid of it. The thing is, there's how many spiders bite in the UK? I was reading 12 or something like that.
No. There's about, as you said, about 650 different species of the spider in the UK. You'll probably get maybe about 4 or 5 that could bite, really. But no spiders wants to bite. Most of them are reluctant to bite. In fact, I've been dealing with spiders for several years now, and I haven't been bitten once. I've handled so many spiders and tarantulas, and I've not been bitten. They don't want to.
Do you think you could help Ryan Mark cure his arachnophobia?
Well, I used to have arachnophobia. So
really?
I'm now on the other side. I'm the converted. If Ryan Mark wanted me to help him, I would absolutely help him. But by the sounds of it, he doesn't want to.
How do you cure arachnophobia?
You need to go back to the original situation that happened. So that incident you mentioned when you were 12, did you say?
Yeah, 12.
You need to go back and work through that issue.
Wow.
That's
we
what
need to put you back in a spider nest.
So, and it can all be done in the mind. I have very quick processes. I run a spider phobia course, and I have been doing that for a couple of years now. And I can cure a spider phobia, I can and have done, in about 2 hours.
There you go, Ryan Mark. 2 hours to cure your spider phobia.
I don't know about that. Well,
I think it would
take 2 years, more than 2 hours, I think, to be honest with you.
Well, look, you've put the case for it. They've been very well behaved here with us this morning.
They are very quiet. Yeah.
That's all they want to do.
Di says, not a fan of spiders, but it's silly and an irrational fear. It's truly feeble to kill them, Ryan Mark. Not to mention totally pathetic. Put a glass on top, paper underneath, walk them out the door, as Ed has explained. Camille says, never kill spiders or any creature. How awful that people think nothing of ending a spider's life, Ryan Mark. It's outrageous. However, Gary says, spiders, kill them, kill them, kill them. They move too fast. Zoe says, I was bitten by a false widow last autumn, had surgery in December to have the skin removed. I'm for spiders, but less comfortable with them in my home. So clearly there are some people, Ed, that will have an adverse reaction to a spider bite.
There are, but it's the same with bee stings. If somebody was to be stung by a bee or a wasp, some people will have an allergic reaction to that. And some people with spiders as well. But not many people. It's far and few between. You always hear of the bad stories. You never hear of a story where someone's been bitten and been absolutely fine.
Or turned into Spider-Man.
Well, only Peter Parker, of course.
You never know.
Well, one day.
Oh, dear.
That's what I'm hoping for.
There'll be people everywhere trying to get bitten to see if they suddenly get superpowers. Good to speak to both of you this morning.
Thank you, Rama. Thank you, Ed. And thanks for all those messages. As you said, Kate, they've been incredibly well behaved. They just sit there calmly, don't they?
Yeah.
Although if I was to take the lids off, it might change things.
Yeah. Yeah, I think what I don't like is being surprised by them.
You don't want them jumping
I'm fine if I've got a formal introduction like this, but it's when they jump. No, don't do that! What was that?
Spider.